What's up? What's up? It is Monday, October 21st. I am so sorry about the videos from last week, like the end, like Thursday, Friday. Like one video got posted, didn't have any sound. Then Friday's video was all messed up. I'm like, ugh. So I will get that stuff fixed today. So today. So I think I'll be able to post Friday and then this video here Mondays. And then I got to try and go back and figure out Thursdays. That's a whole situation. Because I recorded the whole thing, but no sound recorded. I'm like, bro, what? Anyway, long story short, you can't go back and change the beginning. However, you can start where you are and change the ending. So I just want to put this out there that, hey, no matter what happened so far in this trimester, if it hasn't been good or if it hasn't been good, whatever the situation is, you can make changes now to go for the future, to change the ending. So make sure that if you feel like you're behind, I'm like, grind, you've got time. Grind, you've got time. All right, let's keep it moving. This again is not the one from this year, but however, I just want to make sure it is due tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have this updated by the time we're in class. I got to take some more pictures, whole bunch of stuff to do, but I wanted to get this video recorded first. But again, this is due tomorrow, so make sure you collected all your money, get all the last second things. It is due tomorrow, so you got today to finish that out. Okay, cool. How was your weekend? My weekend was cray-cray. It looks like I need to go fix that timer over there. It's not working. My weekend was busy. Half the weekend I spent grading, as you guys probably saw. So half the weekend I spent grading and messaging parents. The other half I spent chilling, playing Minecraft. And so this week, I'm not going to play Minecraft nearly as much because I'm like, man, I got a lot of things to do. Let's keep it pushing. Cool. So I haven't filled out everything here yet because I still got to make a few more adjustments to the week. However, I just wanted to make sure that you were aware that we are having a journal check this Friday. Again, there is a journal check this Friday. We've already done interactivity number 11, so we'll move on to 12. We've already taken the note for inertia, so those are things that you guys already have. So again, there will be a few more notes and definitions and things that we're going to fill in for this week. So I'll get those in there, but I wanted to make you aware that we are having a journal check this week. So make sure your agenda is all up to date for last week and you start writing it in this week, okay? All right, cool. I am going to give out the progress reports. I already have all of them printed, okay? So I already have all of them printed. I'm gonna send them out. I already made parents aware. If you have a D or an F, I will send, not only will I give you the paper copy, but I'm going to send a digital version to your parents already. So they will already have that. So I'm just letting that be known, okay? You do have time, so make sure to bring this back signed by Wednesday, and then you'll be good to go for extra credit. Again, by Wednesday. If you do not bring it by Wednesday, so I'm telling you right now, if you don't bring it by Wednesday, then there will not be any extra credit. I'm putting that out there. Okay, I'm going to give you guys some time to do a few things. One, if you have any missing assignments, get those done. This is the only assignment that we turned in last week. Also, there is the lab to finish, but we're going to go over the lab after these 10 minutes here. So after the 10 minutes, we're going to go over the lab. So make sure that you are good to go for that. And then we have Aries and Canvas right here. Make sure to check Aries, Canvas. Do any work, get anything caught up, get anything turned in. This would be time, like if you're in class, you can come up and talk to me, and then we can like try and see if we can get some things figured out. Also, if you scored low on your CER, this would be a time to go back and fix one of them. Like if you scored low on one, go back and fix it. Or if you only turned in the rough draft, but you didn't turn in the type final draft, make sure to go back and do those things, okay? So those are definitely things that you guys can make up. I definitely encourage you to do so. And with that being said, obviously we're going to push ahead, but in class we're going to take about 10 to 15 minutes to work on this. Okay. All right, it is fall, y'all. Okay, so we went over all of this on, let me think, what day was that? I think it was Tuesday. Again, Tuesday or Wednesday, we went over, actually, it was Wednesday. So we went over all of this already. So let's just, oh, my thing's not working. Oh, no. So hold on, we're going to have to pause. Okay, now we're ready. So it says draw and light, label the diagram. So I know that we have a block, so we're going to go with that. And then it says pull the scale with the force of 5 newtons. So we're going to go one this way in one direction because it's only one scale. And then I'm going to label it 5N. That should be about what it is. So if you're calculating the net force, right, hopefully this one was a little bit easier. So you'd be like 5N plus, and there's nothing over here, so we just say 0 in, and I'm gonna go like this because I don't want it to look like it's like on, so that'd be 5 newtons to the right there. Okay, cool. Do the forces applied result in a change in motion? The answer would be yes, and it says to describe it, so make sure you describe it. It looks like it just moved in one direction, and then if this represents, does this represent a balanced or unbalanced? And we would say unbalanced, because unbalanced will result in acceleration, and that is what we saw. So now this one says, hold the block down, attach a 5 Newton spring scale to the rubber band at one end, and attach a 5 Newton spring scale to the rubber band at the other end. So then this time, it's going to look like this, right? Boom. And then bam, and then 5 in, right? And then 5 in, okay? And then calculate the resulting net force. So that would be like this, 5 in, and we said put the largest one first. However, there is no largest one, and since these are working against, we're also going to subtract, and then we're going to put it that way, and then the resulting force is going to be 0 in. So 0 newtons, and what we should have saw was little to no movement. I'm going to move myself up out the way, and then did the net force result in a change of motion? And we would say no movement, right? That's what we saw, no movement. Okay, is the representation balanced or unbalanced? We would say balanced in that case. Okay, now this says hold the block down, 5 Newton spring scale with the rubber band at one end, and then a 10 Newton on the other end. So now we're going like this, boom. And then it says pull 5 Newtons on one end of the scale, and then it says pull with 10 Newtons. So it says go like this. We're going to put this as our 10, okay? And then we're going to go that way, and then say this is our 5 Newton, right? And then calculate the resulting net force. So again, you're going to put your largest one first, 10 Newtons going that way, minus, since they're against, 5 Newtons going back the other way, right? Because they're pulling against each other, is equal to, is equal to, I'm going to scribble that right there. I'm going to say 5 Newtons, and then the 5 Newtons should be going to the right there. Calculate it. So as you can see, this is going to result in acceleration. I would say acceleration, right? Ooh, to the right. That's what I saw, but not a crazy amount, but a little bit to the right. Okay, hold on. Let me double check my... The video looks like I'm frozen, but I am not certain. I'm going to keep going because it says it's recording. Is this representative of the balance or unbalanced? And I would say unbalanced. Okay, on to scenario 4. Let me move myself up out the way. Oh, now I'm talking. I don't know. Hopefully it was working the whole time. So it says hold the block down, attach a 10 Newton spring scale to one side, and attach a 5 Newton spring scale. Attach 2 5 Newton spring scales to the other side. So this time it's going to be like this. And I made it a little bit taller because I need to be like, and put this as 5 Newtons. And then, and this is what we had, right? 5 Newtons. And then 10 Newtons, right? Okay, so calculate. So always put the largest one first. So these are working against each other. So I'm going 10 Newtons. And I'm going this way, subtract. Now watch this. Someone did this in class. It was uber genius. Plus, and they put the parentheses. And the awesome thing about the parentheses is it says to add those forces together before you subtract, right? So that is actually what's going on there. So 5 plus 5 is 10. So 10 minus 10 ends up with 0. So the prediction is 0 is no movement. That would be the prediction. Now, is that what you guys saw in the lab? That is what I saw. Little to no movement. Does this represent balanced or unbalanced? And again, I would say balanced. Balanced. Okay, So that is everything. So again, you're going through each scenario, doing it, and then you're calculating it, and then does what you see and what I saw, it lined up with what we actually did, and then that's how you can tell if it's balanced. So you see when it's balanced, you see no movement or no acceleration. That's really what it is. We don't see an acceleration. We don't see a change in speed. But when it's unbalanced, then we see acceleration and we see a definite change in movement, okay? Or a change in motion. All right, so let's go over here to the conclusion and let's see how we're doing. How do balanced and unbalanced forces affect an object's motion? Well, we just said what it was. So if it's unbalanced, then it seems like there's a result in a change in motion or direction or acceleration. And when it's balanced, we see no change in the movement. No change in the movement. And that probably would be a better answer in there where we said no movement. Well, we saw no movement because it wasn't initially moving, but it's no change in movement, okay? So if an object is accelerating, can we safely assume that this is an unbalanced force acting on it? What would you guys say? I would say yes. If an object is not moving, I would definitely answer yes to this. You do need a complete sentence. I'm just going to write yes, but you need to say why, right? So you need to say yes. It is because that's what we witnessed, but why? So explain that. Explain that in there. Now, considering the concepts, I'm not going to do this one, and the practices of this activity, come up with a testable, that's the most important thing, it needs to be testable question that involves objects, their mass and forces, and acting on them and the resulting motion. So how could we test out? Think about all the things that we've used in this classroom. How could we test this out? So I want you to come up with, again, a testable question, a scenario in which we could actually do in the actual class. If there's things in the school, I'm going to let it be the school, but it has to be stuff that we have access to, not like a bus. We don't have access to a bus where we can do an experiment like that. What do we actually have access to in this school where we can measure the forces and then we could figure out if it's balanced or unbalanced, acceleration or no acceleration. So think about those things. Make sure that this page 56 is complete, because it might be what you're going to need to turn in. So make sure it's complete. All right, complete sentences, and make sure it's a testable scenario. All right, y'all. Peace.